This is a behind the scenes insight into the process, building the Earth Care Network. A few months ago, I started to develop the Earth Care Network as part of the Open Source Everything Guild's first example of how to reverse engineer a profitable open source solution for an existing market that has profitable software solutions publicly traded, that doesn't have good open source products. I'll give you an example. In the blogging world, there are great open source solutions, and there are examples of profitable businesses in the blogging space. Maybe Squarespace is an example of that, and there are examples of open source solutions for blogging that are operating profitably with good open source solutions and contributions. For example, WordPress, Ghost.org. So I wouldn't propose to build an open source blogging solution because it's already been done. However, in the CRM and project management space, I'm not sure if there are great solutions yet for open source products, but I think that there are good examples of profitable, not open source project management solutions. For example, Monday.com, Asana. Those are two examples. But there aren't great solutions for open source project management. This was an idea with Samyama some months ago. That was an idea we were considering to open source. But then I started to see that there was perhaps a lower hanging fruit in terms of business directories, that there's not a great open source solution for business directories, but there is a solution for something that's not open source but is profitable. For example, Yelp.com is publicly traded as open source. It is not open source. It is publicly traded and it is profitable. It's not open source. So that is what inspired the research and development of the Earth Care Network, was basically creating a directory that could be open source and could develop a profitable open source ecosystem. And then I basically joined the team at Terralux and the Spatial Network and started to merge Earth Care Network into the Spatial Network. But initially I was just focusing on the Spatial Network product, and it's the ultimate way to showcase your story. It's very technical, it's very advanced, and it requires a lot of there's a whole agency, Terralux Tech, that is equipped with human resources that can implement projects on the Spatial Network to showcase their stories. But it does require a bit of technical expertise, which people can do if they have good media teams or drones, and they know how to create good footage to showcase their story. But a lot of people need help and need to hire like an agency like Terralux Tech. And maybe there are other agencies that could work with the Spatial Network to showcase stories for projects and land-based businesses in a whole new way. And yeah, there's augmented reality, virtual reality, 3D models that can showcase future development plans for projects, integrate that with business plans, and be able to showcase in 3D map what the future development of a project will look like. Be able to put that on the web, but also put that into mobile and AR apps and games. And yeah, there's so much advanced technology that's already working inside of the spatial network to help people to digitize, monetize, and gamify their land in a whole new way. And I believe that there's an opportunity to bring the EarthCare network into a cooperative and harmonious relationship to basically, for the public, create like a digital white pages for all these different land-based businesses and brick and mortar businesses that align with EarthCare, PeopleCare, and Fair Share. So there's the business pledge that business owners sign when they claim their projects, and on the EarthCare network, there's a very basic kind of white page directory that can add a lot of data, and it's basically like a kind of public directory, and then for admins, it's like a geospatial CMS for the spatial network, and then people can also, and in the public, people can claim their projects on the EarthCare network and basically upgrade through the EarthCare network to the Build Pro subscription on the spatial network, and that's where they can showcase their story in 3D with the World Builder. They can add stories on the map. These are all hosted on the spatial network, and so people that claim their projects can also add like stories on the map to EarthCare network, and so it shows a glimpse into the way that you can showcase your stories in a whole new way through the spatial network. There will be like plugins to that people that are on the Builder Pro plan. There will be project and data integration to showcase the stories from those projects, the worlds from those projects, the business plans from those projects. So data integration between the EarthCare network and the spatial network projects. And then there will be like basic profiles for all these different businesses in the directory of the EarthCare network that is really well categorizing these businesses, adding tags, and helping them to showcase their business in a very simple way, and then allowing them to claim their project and upgrade to Build Pro on the spatial network and really showcase their business in a whole new way through the spatial network. So there's a few different layers of utility. For the public, it's a directory. For business owners, it's a new way to showcase your story through integration with the spatial network. And then for the spatial network team, it's a geospatial CMS. It's a geospatial CRM. And the spatial network is the geospatial CMS that plugs into the EarthCare network for projects that are on the Build Pro plan. And for the sales team, the admin component of the EarthCare network is the ultimate CRM. And we may likely use an existing open source CRM and then add more layers of like a mapping layer to the CRM. So I've been using 20 CRM. I may clone 20 CRM, but I want to do some research on which CRMs are available and what open source tools are available that we could set up. We've been wanting to set up a backend there's a Python backend for the spatial network, so maybe this is an opportunity to develop that backend. I'll need to do some research in my notes. Jacob had some ideas that we'll use like an open source framework that's a Python app that maybe we can use with the EarthCare network as well.